Good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome to Morning Heart Devotion. Thank you for joining us. And to start off, let's offer a greeting and a bow to our heavenly parents and true parents. 천진 참부모님께 경배 바로. Now to lead us through the family pledge, I'd like to invite up Reverend Milhan Stevens.
가정맹세 1. 천혜의 극주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 번향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조의 상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천혜의 극주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천혜의 극주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천혜의 극주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조의 상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천혜의 극주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천혜의 극주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천혜의 극주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천혜의 극주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 천혜의 극 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you very much, Reverend Milhan Stevens. Now to lead us in the opening prayer, I'd like to invite up Noriko Teneper.
Join me in prayer. Every parent, true parent, thank you so much for every day, every morning. Also, thank you so much, Dr. Yong. You're so much sacrificing for us, so much for dedicating to every parent, true parent, also to us. How much you spending the time for prepare for your word. You're connecting to always talking to God, connected to every parent, true parents. You know so many God's word and every parent's word. Thank you for guiding us through this word. We are now resurrected, reborn. So our heart is now become more warm up and it's melted. We are now able to more loving people. We are now thinking about all the people. We need to taking care of the people. So much you suffer with suffering. We are still under the dominating in the Satan. We are different. We are now as God's chosen people. God's chosen to us, to using us, to changing this world, for the world. We are now living in America. We are all a missionary. We have to need to do something for God. something for every parent, through parent, through mother will be coming soon to America. What do we need to do now? What we can do? At each single day, we have to need to think about what we can do, what we can having a Johnson do that through parent, every parent. Thank you for guiding us. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. We are really truly appreciate every parent, and to Dr. Yong this morning devotion. We are putting our Johnson together this time. This is a national condition. We will be victory with this Johnson, with Dr. Yong and all the brothers and sisters all the world. Thank you so much. I offer this prayer in my name. Norikote네 prayer presence my family. Thank you. 아주
노리코상 감사합니다. 노리코상.
Thank you for that beautiful prayer, Noriko-san. And with that, brothers and sisters, let us start the day off with gratitude by sharing our appreciation points with our fellow brothers and sisters here in the Zoom room. If you're with your family, please share with them. And if you're by yourself, please take this moment to reflect on your gratitude point for today. We'll see you all in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you were able to have a wonderful, heartfelt, and warm sharing of gratitude with your family, your friends. And with that, I'd like to invite up Bruce Burns. Bruce Burns to share with us his gratitude points this morning.
Rest Fred, maybe I surprised you. Let's see. Dr. Young. I hope I said it good. Dr. Young.
Mr. Bun, yes.
You're incredible for a few reasons. Because you do this, I think this is day 197, 198. This is day 198. You've been doing this since October 26th. When you hit the ground, you were running. I'm watching you. And you're an example I'd like to follow. I don't always know if I can say that. I'm too arrogant. So
appreciate that. Thank you. Wow.
Well, and I love my wife so much. So I feel sorry for you, actually. Because my wife leaves me for the day. I can feel it. So
yeah.
Thank you for that incredible sacrifice. I know you can feel it. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Burns. My heart is burns now. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bruce. All right, next I'd like to invite up Yuriko Arakawa-san and her son to share with us their gratitude points for this morning.
Thank you so much. Good morning from Upshur House, Washington, D.C.
Yuriko-san, 子供の名前は何?
My name is Yosei. Yosei.
Jose?
Yosei, yes.
Oh, wow. So cute and handsome boy. Wow. I never seen such kind of handsome boy. Wow. Wonderful boy. Wow. Okay, please share.
I'm so grateful this season. A couple of days ago, I was walking and I saw beautiful azalea. And that azalea reminds me, Cheongpyeong.
Yeah.
Your mother must be enjoy a beautiful azalea there. And I'm so grateful because sometimes we face some difficulties, and that difficulties come from our ancestors. And without Cheongpyeong, we cannot solve such a spiritual problem. So that azalea reminds me Cheongpyeong. So I really appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, 감사합니다, boy. Do you have any appreciation?
Yeah, I'm grateful for a true mother and all the mothers around the world, because on Sunday it was Mother's Day, and I feel like we really have to give back to all the mothers because they really sacrificed a lot for us, especially True Mother. She's the key, and True Mother is our spiritual mother. So I really want to give back to her and support her. So I'm just very grateful for all the mothers around the world. And yeah.
Wow, you are shared the main point. Thank you so much for your appreciation.
Yeah, thank you very much, Yuriko-san and Yosei-kun. And with that, brothers and sisters, let us prepare our hearts and mind to receive our heavenly inspiration today through our beloved Dr. Cheong-sik Yong.
안녕하세요. Good morning. Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ni hao ma. Bonjour. Buenos dias. Buongiorno. Guten Morgen. Selamat pagi. Dobraya utrat. Peace. Salam. Salam. Alaikum. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Sawadika. Namaste. My dear brothers and sisters, clergies, and ambassador for peace. 안녕하십니까? Yesterday, I talked about I am an eternal pioneer. Father saying like that, I am an eternal pioneer until I completely liberate God and all mankind. And also I talk about the how do you receive God's grace. And when I mention about youth ministry and talk about how do you receive God's grace. Today, I'd like to talk about yearn for and love God, Jesus, and humankind. I think connect to yesterday very much. I'd like to invite Heavenly Honey first.
Yearn for and love God, Jesus, and humankind. I have yearned for God, yearned for the person who can stand as the owner of public virtue in this country, and yearned for and respected the saints who can become the owner of this world. I have unendingly respected God, while at the same time respected any leaders who had a central ideology that supported and maintained history. I was busy finding the people I could respect. The person I found while searching was none other than Jesus. Thus, we must love God, love Jesus, and love humankind, whom God and Jesus desired to love.
Thank you, Heavenly Honey. Father said you need to yearn for and love God, Jesus, and humankind. The being that true Father yearned for the most was God. Why? Why true Father love God the most? We already know that our heavenly parents is the parents of parents and teacher of teachers. And he's the king of kings. You know that, right? He's the king of all kings. And heavenly parents is also our eternal hometown of true love, true life, and true lineage. Our heavenly parents is our origin. That's why Bible mentioned, very clearly, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. So our Father Moon and Mother Moon, they put God as the top priority. They really love the origin. They love the origin, who is our heavenly parents. So not what true Father not just only love, heavenly parents. And then he said he has loved the patriots, saints in the nation. He very much often talking about, one of the patriots, Sun Shin Lee, Sun Shin Lee. And then also Yu Guan Sun, he's the one who really completely sacrificed, to make Korean independent movement. And also I really love the one of the Korean patriot, and his name is Sun Shin Lee, Yi Sun Shin, Admiral Sun Shin Lee. How much he dedicated until he died, completely sacrificed for the sake of the nation. That's why Father, not just only loving God, he's really seriously searching who was a patriot for that nation. Who was the saints for the sake of the war. And then when I think about America, I love this man so much. Do you know who is this man? When I was young, I really, really loved to read his books, his autobiography. Even though he made many, many mistakes, how he recovered, how he solved the war. I think his power and strength came from heaven. His office room become prayer room whenever he deal with some serious issue, and always read the Bible and get answer through his prayer. And also Father loved the four great saints. He loved Jesus, Prophet Muhammad. He loved Buddha. He loved Confucius and Socrates. And then Father also talking to us. This I again yesterday I discovered this content I mentioned already when I came to America. When initiated Fundoki, I'm talking about. Father said, "Grant me the love of Jesus, the wisdom of King Solomon, and the faith of Peter." You should pray like this. You need to pray more than this. So Father talking about, you need to when he pray about how can he embrace all mankind, how can he really love God, and then his role model was Jesus. Please, Heavenly Parents, when he was young, at the age of 16 years old, his role model was Jesus. Heavenly Father, please give me. Please give me. I want to be really resemble about Jesus' love. Grant me love of Jesus. I really want to love all mankind more than Jesus. I want to be a champion of the wisdom that I need to inherit from the King Solomon. I need to have absolute faith. Who has the greatest faith throughout human history? Father talking about Peter, even though he's a fallen man. Of course, he had some kind of experience of the betrayal, but later on he repented and then resurrected Jesus. How was his faith? His faith is amazing. And then before dying to Jesus, and then he, walking under the ocean, how much he has absolute faith. That's why he really wants to be a champion of love, champion of the wisdom, champion of the faith. That's why when he was young, his role model is Jesus and King Solomon, and then the Peter. So Father said, you should pray like this. You need to pray more than this. True Father tells us to be a second God, the second Jesus, and then second Muni. Father clearly talk to us. Not just only following me. You have to be better than me, okay? You need to walk about the great work more than me. That is our true parents' encouragement. And Father loved the central figures who led history. If I love Abraham, I will be like Abraham in the future. If I long and yearn for someone in the future, I become that person. I, therefore, must respect, yearn for, resemble, love, and invest more than that person and more than that person did, and be better than they were. Not just only you are my role model. Of course, your goal is have to be very clear. My role model is true father, true mother, some central figure, Abraham, Lincoln, whoever. However, in order to be such a person, Father said, first the important point is you need to have a very clear vision. Who is your role model? Secondly, you need to have the long and yearn for that role model. I truly want to be such a person. I truly want to be like a true father. I truly want to be Abraham Lincoln. I truly want to be like Jesus. I truly want to be like Saint Peter. You need to set up goal and then long and yearn for that person. And then you need to respect him, yearning for him. And then that is not enough. You need to resemble him, love him, and invest more than that person did. That is the really great condition to be a great person in the future. If there is a person that you respect and admire, you becoming like them is equivalent to your respect and admiration for them. That's why I am telling you, you need to have the role model. I talked to you many times in the past since I arrived here. If I did not meet Reverend Johan Lee, I am not here. He was my role model regarding my life of faith. How much he gave me great impact. I learned so many things from Reverend Johan Lee. And then I try to resemble him. Then many of my classmates and then some of the members look at me. You looks like a second Reverend Johan Lee. The way to talk, the way to walk, the way to wear. You are exactly same as Reverend Johan Lee. But I do not know what they are talking about. But for me, I really want to be like Reverend Johan Lee because he loves true parents. He discovered God's sorrowful heart through our true parents. And first time I learned, what God's sorrowful heart when he leading the, Sunday service. And then, he, before giving Sunday service, he want to pray and let people open their heart and mind. Wow, my God, this man, he started to pray and cry, weeping really bitterly. I thought his prayer can finish within 10 minutes, become 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour, more than 1 hour, 20 minutes. That day, he could not give someone, finish it by his tearful prayer. And really for me, really I'm moved by him. Why? Who can cry for God? Who can cry for true parents that much? He really inherited completely from true father, true mother. Wow. He was my role model. Wow. And another my role model was Bohi Bak, Dr. Bohi Bak. I really love, he just about the way to talk, he's a really great speaker. When he deliver any speech, in Korean or in English, it is really powerful. That's why my motivation, of course, my English is still very poor, and my motivation Why I have to learn English? Because of Bohiba. Someday, I want to touch so many people's heart in English. I want to convey. I want to deliver God's heart, in English. But I think English is not easy language. That's why when I try to resemble Reverend Johan Lee or Bohiba, and then I can feel that, how much it changed my life. I think you need to have that kind of role model. When father, he was 16, 17 years old, he was role model was Jesus. Jesus. All famous patriot, all saints. That's why he determined that I want to be better than them. That was father's life. You can tell a person's character by who they admire and respect. However, it should not end with admiration and respect. You need to yearn for that person in order to respect. The most pitiful person is one who does not respect and look up to anyone. I do not respect anyone in my life. My life is my life. You don't have John the Baptist. You can learn. You can inherit. You don't have John the Baptist. You don't have a role model. You never be a great guy. You never gain any victory. God sent all central figures. For what reason? Ask us to resemble them, follow them, ask us to respect them, ask us to really, love them. So then we inherit. When we inherit, then we can go more higher dimension, and then our father moon, our mother moon can become my role model. That's why in our family, truly, you need to set a very clear goal. No matter what, I want to be a good father. I want to be a really good mother. I want to be a really good husband and good wife. I want to be a really good brother. I want to be a really filial son. You need to have a clear internal goal at the same time. You need to select someone to be your role model. Because a father, mother, too high standard. And you can start from your own nation, who's your patriot, who really can respect. That person can be a real role model, and gradually we can meet Jesus. We can meet Father Moon and Mother Moon. I love Jesus. Jesus also one of my role models. When I think about his quality of love, really touch me. I didn't come from Christian background. But since I learned Bible, since I learned Father's guidance, I really love Jesus. I cannot think my life without Jesus. So Father, how much he loved Jesus. I think many Christian people misunderstand Father Moon. Father, he is the one who, how much he loved Jesus. Without loving, without respecting, you cannot inherit. That is the principle. That is a universal principle. Today's youth ministry, how do we guide the members who are in the formation stage? We are now doing online Holy Community. We are invited many new guests, and then some people who have distance. So how can we raise up members when just they join our movement? They are in the formation stage. So as a leader, as a blessed family, as a coordinator, as the online community leader, always we are wondering, how can we educate them? Also, when you're raising up your children, one of the big issues, how to educate them. What is the standard of the formation stage? This is the issue. That's why today I'd like to talk about this point. Very important point. You could not settle down formation stage. What are you talking about? Growth stage and completion stage. Formation stage is a really basic foundation. Without establishing basic foundation centering on formation stage, we cannot talk about growth stage and completion stage. So when you raise up your people, your guests, your children, think about how do we guide members and my children who are in the formation stage. First, let them be thorough in their ceremony systematic life. Ritual in worship and church. It is very important point. When children they were young, and then mother teach them how to use a chopstick, how to use a spoon, and then you need to use a right hand or this one left hand or whatever. Teach very thoroughly. That's why formation stage is very important. Especially the ceremony, ritual in worship and church, and education stuff from the external to internal. Children need to educate external way first, from external to internal to more internal. That's the principal way. First one, life of prayer. When they eat, before go to the bed, and after they get up, and after they return from the school, make it a habit to pray in the prayer room. This is kind of the ritual life in your home, in your church. Very important. Life of prayer. And children come back, and then mother say, hey boy, 7 years old boy, 8 years old boy, go to prayer room, prayer first. And then greet to your daddy and greet to your grandmom. Okay? Pray first. You need to really teach it thoroughly. When I was young and my church leader teach me this one, when I come back from the school, always I go to the temple and pray first in front of true parallel forum. And then I become a habit. I go back to my home and then I pray first. Wherever I go, and then I pray first. Formation stage, very important formation stage. And then prayer life become habit. And the church lifestyle, you need to have them to be punctual to service. You need to teach that if they do not strictly observe their church lives, the spiritual world will make them be uneasy. That's why I think formation stage. Sometimes, my mother hit me when I was young. I do something wrong until I become correct. But Western society, Eastern society these days, giving too much freedom. When you join army, you need to learn all the rules. You need to know how to attend some kind of the ceremonial, activity. This external thing also very, very important. And then you need to guide your children. You need to guide your guests. You should be on time. Have to be punctual to service. So when I was young, even 5 minutes late, I feel so much guilty. That's why Reverend Yohani guided us that at least 20 minutes before, 30 minutes before, you go to church and prepare your heart. Not just only come before 5 minutes, or just when you attend Sunday service coming very late. This is not enough preparation and junction. Always you need to prepare early. This kind of the lifestyle. Always be punctual and then become very serious. And then let the church teach the children. You need to sit always front, not backside. When you sit front and you receive more God's guidance, you can relate to the speaker more closely. Wow. Can you imagine when we hear Father's speech, earlier church in Korea? Wow. At the time, 5 o'clock morning devotion, we need to wake up 2 o'clock. Even though we wake up 2 o'clock and go to the Cheongpadong, still people line up, already full house. Because they want to see Father. That's why, to raise up our children or new guests, always need to teach them the life, the ritual life very thoroughly. And then they do not follow properly, and then their life is not easy. Because spiritual world know that they are like a baby, spiritual baby, very young, immature. That's why they do not follow even small condition thoroughly, and their life is not easy. Let them have that kind of experience. And then, third point, offering donation lifestyle. You need to have them tithe diligently. You need to teach them whenever you bring your children, let them have a habit, even $1 or $10, give donation, appreciation, and tithing to the church. This is very important habit. As a church member, you do not give the tithing, you are not yet overcome formation stage. Those who do not giving tithing, I am telling you, God never give a blessing to your family. You don't have yet of the tithing life. What are you talking about? You don't have even basic faith. You are not yet, overcome formation stage. How can you know you already have the foundation in the formation stage? How can you know? Check tithing. You are giving tithing, already your life of faith is very stable. Christianity, how can judge what your life of faith or your faith is strong or not? How can judge it? Do you know that? Through the tithing. They truly believe if they give tithing and really get incredible God's blessing and then God's protection. That's why they really, the Christian people have all kinds of experience through the life of the tithing and then appreciation donation. That's why for me, those who do not give the tithing, you're not member. You are not member. You are still not in the formation stage. Tithing. You do not give the tithing. Even though you do not give the tithing, you get many material, but someday disappear. Your children never ever get heavenly blessing. Tithing. only giving tithing, then you never ever suffer because of the material. That's why, to raise up our children, to raise up our new guests, need to teach them appreciation, donation, appreciation, and then tithing. Very, very important. So those who do not give tithing, that means you love material more than God. Giving tithing means I put God as a top priority. God is my priority more than money. That's why I offer such a precious money to God first. Our ancestors who came to America, they built church, temple, school. And then later on, they built their own house. They put God as a top priority. Money is what? Money is offering. Money is love. I do not offer tithing, that means I am telling you, you do not love God. You love your own material more than God. In order to raise up our children, our guests, we need to teach them the importance of the donation and tithing. Through tithing and donation, appreciation, donation, how Heavenly Father can guide them and bless them, we need to teach. Very important point. And also sanctification lifestyle. You need to teach them how to sanctify everything. Go in, and then get out before eating, prayer, even though you don't have the Holy Spirit, and then you need to use your mouth 3 times. When you sit down, outside the chair, and then you need to touch it 3 times, and then sanctify. Already you need to have the spirit of the sanctification. This kind of the lifestyle, even though this is a condition, formation stage is the life of the condition. Because fallen men do not know anything. That's why little by little need to enter the God's realm. To enter the God's realm, need to start from the condition. From condition, and then later on you are you are free from the condition, and then finally enter the world of the heart. Beginning point need to start from the condition. Fundraising lifestyle, you need to train them a lifestyle of loving creation. Let them meet God as they go fundraising. That's why let all our children need to have an experience of fundraising. One of the best training is what? Fundraising. Fundraising. When you did not prepare well your heart and mind, you cannot bring any result. When you do fundraising, you immediately feel that God is helping me or not. Spiritual world really does exist or not. Immediately you can feel that. That's why fundraising is the best training to communicate with God. When you do fundraising, you know that what is your standard of your life of faith. Up and down, how much changeable, how much you are impatient, how much you can have endurance. Immediately you know that. Fundraising is not just making money. In order to overcome formation stage, doing fundraising is very, very important. As a second generation, doesn't have any experience of fundraising, no appreciation material, doesn't have any communication with God. That's why as a young guy and then just only joining our church, what's the best way to, communicate with God? That is fundraising training. You need to have them strictly observe doing the family prayers and 경배 in their home. That's why let them wake up on time. Always let them do family pledge and 경배. This looks like a conditional life. Sometimes by force, it is okay. Formation stage, very, very important. When you join army, you need to start from the formation stage. You need to learn. You need to adjust according to all rule of the military. Same way. To become God's son and daughters, to become filial sons and daughters, need to start from the condition. Let them attend in the beginning, even by force. We give too much free time. Or they want to sleep, let them sleep, it's okay. And then repeat 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. And then sayonara, bye-bye. No hoten fundoke, no 경배. That's the problem. Without establishing strong and firm formation stage, our spiritual body cannot grow up. You need to lead them to practice a fundokhe lifestyle. That let your children lead 1 hour EDP 100 times, 3 hours EDP 100 times, and then 12 hours EDP 100 times. At least 3 textbooks, they have that kind of fundok habit, then no need to worry, they can learn by themselves. Very important in the formation stage. Let them study the divine principle. Just now I mentioned again. And reading Father's word. In order to guide them, and father and mother practice. Practice and they show. Hey son, do you know, I read this EDP 1 hour content 100 times and show to the children. 3 hours. And 12 hours. Problem is we do not show that kind of exemplary life and then let them become free and more relate to social world. They just learn from the school. That's why become spoiled. Our parents, most of the place of the family, they do not know how to raise up children. Just only feed them. Okay? Did you have lunch? Did you have breakfast? Need to sleep? Need to wake up? That's it. Do not know how to raise up. We need to know how to raise up. We need to know that what's the fate of the formation stage. Thoroughly teach them about having a life of reporting and inquiry. This is very, very important. Reporting. Adam and Eve did not report properly. Why we need to report? Through the reporting, we can have artistic communication, not just only report for report. They should always have an able figure to report to. You don't have an able figure in your life of faith, in the formation stage, you cannot grow up. In order to grow up properly for formation stage, most important thing is you need to have able. Always relate to your able. Always you need to report. Always you need to discuss. Always need to have counsel. Do not make any decision by yourself. Always need to report. Self-denial. Reporting means self-denial. Even though your opinion is correct, but you still need to report. You need to get confirmation. That's why one of the father's slogan, and I always ask God, and then I do. That is the father's lifestyle. He himself gone through very thorough discipline. Always ask God, even small thing, and then get a confirmation, and then he practice. That's why in our life of faith, very important to make relationship with the able. It does not matter able, good able or bad able. Let them teach how much important it is to have their relationship with the able. Let them know that when they do not listen to what on the church leader, but instead do things centered on themselves, things will not work out. You do not listen to your able. You see, when you raise up your Cain members, and those who do not unite with the able, and then what happened? Things will not work out. Need to pay the price. Always like that. So when I'm leading the church members, and then I put my Jongsong, I try to guide the member, but some of the members do not follow me, and then many things happen. Some small accident, this and that, and then start to realize that, wow, I have to listen to my central figure. God wants to raise up you through central figure. Haven't teach anyone the principle of obedience. That's why in the formation stage, we need to teach them what is the principle of obedience. Obey to my father and mother. Obey to my able. Obey to my spouse. Western world doesn't like the concept of the obedience. But this is very, very important. Obedient to God's word. Obedient to God's word. And Adam and Eve did not obey. Did not obey. That was the problem. Teach members whose faith is the formation stage that God is a fearful God. That's why when you raise up your children, sometimes it become very cold. Of course, internally you love them, but do not follow the rule. Do not follow the principle, and then tell them like a God, giving the warning. If you eat it, you will die. Giving the warning. Have to be very clear what's good, what's evil. Let children need to know how to distinguish, not just only embracing and not just only forgiving, Need to training. Let them know that God is a fearful God if you go wrong way. Adam and Eve went to the wrong way and they need to kick down from the Garden of Eden. You know already about the story of the Garden of Eden. We need to teach our children like that. Not following secular world. Do not talk too much freedom killing you. You will lose your child. No future. And then later on regret. My goodness. In the formation stage, one need to be trained that they will be denied by their able many times. So self-denial, even though you deny by your able, still obey. To make it through the formation stage, one needs absolute obedience. It is forbidden to complain. Some family already, have the distance with your children. We need to reflect on that. What kind of education did I give? I show proper life to my children or not? Of course, you follow God's will, true parents' will, that's fine. But most important thing is how to raise up your children. Sometimes have to be very serious, very strict. Sometimes incredibly love them. They feel love from the parents. Need to have the two-way. Once I raise members who are in the formation stage, I pass on to the growth stage. To leave the formation stage, you need to have experience of raising your spiritual children. You already have spiritual children, that is already you graduate formation stage. Those who don't have a heart, those who do not know how to raise up your spiritual children, not that about overcome formation stage. Not easy to get spiritual children. If you do not have a spiritual children, you will never leave the formation stage for eternity. That's why you need to have your own Trinity, 3 spiritual children who respect you. You already have really great 3 spiritual children, means you already more than formation stage. That's why let our children, let them witness. Let them have their own spiritual children. That is the most steady way and the stable way our children can grow up. Your life of faith in the formation stage does not allow you to escape personal worry and anxiety. Therefore, the path overcome or servant to faith is to worry about heaven more than themselves. Formation stage, my own situation more heavier. That's why I cannot think about God, cannot think about others, cannot think my able. Just only focus on my own situation. I worry for my own thing. I worry for my own family. That means you are in the formation stage. But you worry God, you worry God's will, you're living for the sake of others, already you are beyond formation stage. My dear brothers and sisters, we absolutely and thoroughly follow 3 growth stage: formation stage, and growth stage, and completion stage. Tomorrow I'd like to talk more growth stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yong. Today was so rich. And Raul said in the chat that Dr. Yong is speaking to the bowl and speaking to the soul. Thank you, Dr. Yong. So let's take this moment to reflect, to share our insights and inspiration with each other for the next few minutes. If you're by yourself, please take this moment to reflect on the words that was just shared. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I hope you had a wonderful sharing and reflection in your breakouts. And if you're by yourself, I hope you're able to reflect on what Dr. Yong shared this morning. Now, to share with us, I'd like to invite up, how about Wasana Catalan, to share with us her reflection point this morning.
Yes. Good morning.
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ Dr. Yang.
สวัสดีครับ
Thank you so much. Your convey God word to us again hit me a lot today. Yeah, usually I have a role model. I have a big dream so much. I want to be like of course, like a father. I want to be the person that have love, that people can feel energy and I want to be that. I want to be like that, even, and the same, I have that clear and everyday lively life. I use a Moses model because I'm very easy to angry. I use Moses to be a model of life a lot, to control. I don't want to make mistake by angry. And then for raising children, I really regret, halfway of their life, I really strict everything that you say, but by the time passed by, I so relaxed with, like you say, wisdom for them, that it really make mistake, wisdom or freedom for them that truly I feel so regret. I feel so painful in my heart. Truly, that thing is really big point for us to living in, especially in the America. I can say I come from Asian. We kind of stick with the kids, with tradition. But come here, I don't know. I just add the wisdom and freedom for them to decide. And I miss some part of their life that they should following tradition of father. I'm so grateful and thank you to you today.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Wasana. 감사합니다.
Yes, thank you very much for sharing. Next, I'd like to invite up Yejin Ang to share with us her reflection point this morning.
Hi, good morning, Dr. Yang.
Hi, 예진아, 예쁜 예진이. Okay, great.
Yeah, this morning devotion, it was really humbling. I like the youth ministry, and how, I think in so many different ways, we all have, we're all part of this formation stage. Maybe not all of us, but I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, I can't be the judge of this, but I feel like a lot of people my age are in the formation stage, and it's difficult. I was really humbling, like listening. I was like, the whole time I was like, I'm so formation. Like I realized I really, like, I don't know, I feel like I go throughout like these days just kind of thinking like, oh, like my heart's so prepared, or because I feel like formation stage or growth stage is like a evolution of your heart and your heart developing and growing, and I feel like, wow, I'm growing so much. But when I look at all my habits and I think about how much, like, my attitude towards a lot of the things that I have to do or I feel like I need to do, it's really not there. Like that, there's no desire there, and there's no yearning for God there. So I feel like I have a lot to grow in, and but yeah, it's an exciting journey. It's not something to dread or be ashamed about, but I think it's something that the more you discover God and the more that you can relate to God with your heart, relate to people with your heart rather than through obligation, it's really exciting. Yeah. Anyway, thank you. That was my question.
예진, I'm really glad you are joining the GPA. Really, I think this is good for you to train up yourself, through the GPA, fundraising, witnessing, attending able, report, this and that, self-denial training. It is really good. That's why I really appreciate you join the GPA. 감사합니다, 예진. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Yearn, for that honest sharing. Next, if you're feeling inspired, there's so much rich content here. Please invite people. Please invite your family, your friends, your Trinity to join in on morning devotion. And if you're watching online on Facebook or YouTube, you can join this Zoom room by going to edu.familyfed.org. Scrolling down, there's a Zoom link right there to join morning devotion. And now, today we were talking about tithing, about economic insurance. Please do not give out of duty, but through a joyful heart of wanting to support this morning devotion ministry, but also wanting to give and offer to our heavenly parents and true parents. So you can do that by clicking the link in the chat, or if you're online, you can see this link right below me. You can go to edu.familyfed.org. There's a donate button there as well. So many ways in which you can support, and we thank you very much for your donation. And now for a musical offering, we have a wonderful gentleman, I believe, from the New England region, Jim Edgerly. We'll be hearing from Jim Edgerly.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, James. Yeah, we can hear you.
Good morning, Dr. Yong. Thank you so much for your beautiful words. I don't know how you do it every morning. I don't know how you do it.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. I'd like to sing a song bringing back some memories from last summer, Peace Road. This is a beautiful song written by Zachary Oliver, Mark Hickler, and Katie Carmer.
Wow.
It's called Peace Road, Peace Highway.
Great.
Oh, pilgrim, you came is not at an end. Though you reach to Plymouth shore, there's so many miles before you reach home. Peace Road, Peace Highway, gonna build an endless skyway, working on the old Peace Road. And to you, whose names were blotted out in the night, you were forced to Jamestown shore but a single year before. The pilgrim, who could know how you nameless ones would bless this land through the centuries of scorn, but continually reborn and enduring. Peace Road, Peace Highway, gonna build an endless highway, working on the old Peace Road. Oh, pilgrim, you came to set a city on a hill. Well, that city, it still stands, but it's buried under sands of time and trouble. Peace Road, Peace Highway, gonna build an endless skyway, working on the old Peace Road. Journey on, your better angels stand beside you. On this hallowed battleground, we are marching to the sound of a heartbeat. Peace Road, Peace Highway, gonna build that endless skyway, so many miles before we reach home. Peace Road,
Peace Road,
Peace Highway, gonna build that endless skyway, working on the old Peace Road.
Oh, my goodness. Awesome. Really, really beautiful. I love this song so much. For me, first time to hear that, I become one of maybe my favorite song. Thank you, James Edgarly. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Uncle James Edgerly. That song, man, it's bringing back so much memories from last year's Peace Road, traveling across the country with with Dr. Jenkins and Minister Jenkins and all the other beautiful second generation Uncle Hans and Paul Betterly. Thank you so much for reminding me of such a wonderful time. And with that, brothers and sisters, I'd like to call on Kyoko Bowman. Kyoko Bowman, if you could close us off in prayer, please.
Heavenly Parent and true parent, thank you very much this new start a day, Father. Father, how much we miss to starting with your word, and it makes all this so different, Father. Even though, Father, we hear so many things that struggles with me because we cannot be able to act properly you wanted, Father. I'm so sorry about this, Father. But Father, we try the best we could and the best to reach the people and reach your children for love, Father. Father, please guide all brothers and sisters who is in the movement or even not our movement, still go through with us for God's providence, Father. Someday they can join us and work together as brothers and sisters, Father. Father, Mother brought us so much vision and hope in the future, and the cost of all her life, and the cost of all saint stages, and the historical central figure in the providence, Father, and especially Heavenly Parent. You are unchangeable, and the guidance and the love brought us this so far, Father. Sorry, we are not enough yet, but we have still doing hanging on you and the rest of life and eternity. I thank you, I pray. Send a blessed family. Jackson Kyoko Bowman's name I offer. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Thank you, Kyoko-san. 감사합니다. Beautiful prayer. 감사합니다. Yes.
Yes, thank you very much for that beautiful prayer, Kyoko-san. And with that, brothers and sisters, this concludes our morning devotion this morning. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you all tomorrow again at 6 a.m. Have a wonderful day.
Have a nice day. Victorious day.
Thank you, Dr. Yong.
Have a great day, everyone.
Dr. Yearn.